Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're viewing this from. Welcome to the webinar today. I am Dan Fleetwood, President of Research here at QuestionPro. And on today's webinar, we are going to be talking about how to build, collaborate, and launch without the chaos. Sounds promising, right? Well, I hope to show you some of the features and functionality that we have unveiled here at QuestionPro. And I also want to just take a few minutes to do some housekeeping. So if you have questions or comments, feel free to put them in the chat or the comments wherever you're viewing this on, and we can answer those probably at the end. We'll have some time. I know some of you submitted questions beforehand, so I have a few of those that I'll touch on. But without further ado, let's get right into it. And what I want to talk about first is, why is collaboration in research important? I think it's no secret, collaboration in this day and age, perhaps forever, has always been of paramount importance for any high performing teams. And we wanted to take that same vein and put it into the platform here at QuestionPro. So really what we see is collaboration as a way to help speed up the research process, increase focus, and also to really help out with editing and all of the things that you're doing inside of QuestionPro and just bringing teams together. So what I want to show you here in a minute is a new edit survey tool that we've unveiled with some additional features. So with this collaboration also comes some additional features that I'll talk about here in a second. But survey edit and collaboration enables teams to build surveys together in real time, which is very important, and helps increase the decrease the amount of back and forth that you have to go through, and helps increase the amount of simultaneous editing, comments, and version control to help streamline workflows and accuracy. All right, so that sounds nice, but what are some of the other key goals of edit survey and collaboration? So really it's to support large, complex surveys with better scalability. So this new edit survey that we released really helps enable that without the barrier of survey platforms that get bogged down with advanced large number of questions, complex surveys, and so forth. Really to eliminate setup errors and enhance editing stability. This is of paramount importance any platform you're working on. So we wanted to make sure that we also offered that same the same capability set on our platform. We want to reduce survey time to build surveys with faster performance. This is one of our key goals and really our North Stars as we continue to help shape the survey world and from a product sense. We want to enable real-time survey editing and multi-user access. So this is something that was very important to us, especially with the multi-user access. Everyone on a team being able to come into a survey at the same time, much like your Google Docs or Microsoft Word, where you can have a bunch of people coming into it, all editing the document at the same time. We took the same experience and we moved it into the survey world. Preventing version conflicts with a built-in inversion history. So this is something that we released that I'll show you. Add inline comments, assign feedback to teammates. So this is something that helps reduce the amount of time that's either back and forth on Slack or Teams or even in emails. Now everything is in line within the survey, so you can make sure that everything is in one place. It's super efficient to make any of those changes. Restore previous versions to avoid accidental changes. So anytime you have a large number of people, or frankly, even 2 to 3 people editing a survey, this is something that you want version control. So that's something we unveiled as well. And we also sped up the survey deployment through simultaneous teamwork. This is something, again, with the collaboration. Ensure consistency and control with structured collaboration. And then, finally, I think one of the most important things is to be future ready with AI survey generation, prompt engineering, and to make sure that we really have the core infrastructure to really build on this and make sure that AI can be infused into the platform even more so moving forward. So these are a lot of the things, and these are the key goals of the project that we encountered. So what does this look like from a practical standpoint and around the 3 kind of main features that I mentioned? So the first one is with the new survey edit and collaboration, you get the real-time collaboration. So you can see here in the image above that Clark Kent is inside of this survey working on it with someone else. So you can see the initials are denoted there. You can also see at the top where you can see everyone in the survey, including yourself. So much like I would say a collaboration experience when you're working on documents online, took the same approach here to the survey world. And really allowed you to build and edit surveys with your team simultaneously. This was a key feedback that we got from a lot of our clients, and something that we really wanted to get into the platform and do it right. With that becomes survey versioning. So this is something that I'll show you again in the future, but we wanted to make sure that you had versioning so you could always restore previous versions and just have that additional control. And one of the biggest, I would say, subtle changes is we released or unveiled like a draft and publish mode. So this is where you can work safely behind the scenes and then go live when you're ready. So that's something that we unveiled. Let's dive a little bit deeper into each of these. And I wanted to show you some of the functionality here. So you can see you can who's in the survey. You can also come here and edit the survey at the same time. So Peter Parker, Clark Kent, all in there in the survey at the same time, and really allows you to build and edit surveys simultaneously with your team using real-time collaboration and role-based access. So this is something, again, that a lot of our clients requested. They want to be more collaborative as a team, work on the survey at the same time in order to help speed up the process and just, frankly, be more efficient overall. The survey versioning looks like this. So you can easily view past versions of surveys and restore them to maintain full control. So come down here, this is restoring a previous version. And as this rotates back through, you can publish it, and then you can hit yes, I'm ready for the survey to go live. And this is what it looks like from a versioning standpoint. So you can come in here and then you can go back and see what you've done and all the changes that you've made here. Go into the tools, select survey versions, and then you can see the versions there, see which ones were published, and then you can go in and restore those versions. So very easy to go back and to see maybe which version, what changes were made by who, and the one that you want to restore. We also have a draft and publish mode, as I mentioned. So this is one of the key changes for us. We just previously had a survey link, and then that was your live link. But now we have essentially where you can change it to published after you're, when you're ready to go live, after you've done everything that you need to do on the survey. So this allows you to collaborate securely and publish only when you're ready to go live. So something that just help enable that control on a particular survey. So these are some main themes that we released and some changes, but I think overall it's a much more fluid, efficient experience, and just the speed at which you can create surveys has been greatly increased there. So the advantages, I'll just hit on a few of these, not to belabor the point, but you can collaborate with real-time stakeholders in real time and multiple stakeholders. So that's a key component of it. You can keep surveys in draft mode until they're ready to publish, so you have that control, restore previous versions, assign permission-based roles to control survey access. You can leave comments directly for contextual feedback, which I think is super important. Just really helps with the collaboration and the efficiency. And when you're working on surveys together, even testing them, and you want to make sure that everyone gets the feedback, now it's all in one spot, which I think is nice. Centralized project management within a single platform. Reduce the back and forth with live updates and shared editing, and then really improve survey quality with faster review and approval cycles. So this is something that we want to do, just help speed up that time that you're in the process of creating a survey before you actually launch the study. All right, but what about AI, right? So I think that's on everyone's mind. It's on my mind. I think about it all the time in terms of how can we use AI to help out the product and make it more efficient, help out our clients so that they can do their jobs better. So the way we think about it really comes down to efficiency and deeper insights. Efficiency is really so you can focus on research efficiency to ensure that insights teams can focus on building transformation roadmaps and not waste time with mundane tasks. So we want to be really efficient in terms of things that we're doing to get really the survey into the platform, whether that is with AI word upload, which I'll show you here in a minute, or it's just reducing that amount of time that you have to take on these mundane tasks. And we want to make sure that we are at the forefront and helping you out there. And really, plus the deeper insights. So with really getting that next-gen research thinking, looking at emerging trends and being on the cutting edge of innovation in research. And obviously, QuestionPro AI allows you to do that, all to get you future ready, to making sure that you are have the latest tools at your fingertips. And don't worry, we're thinking about this all the time so that you don't necessarily have to. And we can show you all the cool things that we're working on and all the innovation that we have coming up in the future as well. So building a survey with QuestionPro AI, there's a number of different use cases. In this case, you can enter your prompt that you want for a survey. So it could be as simple as, hey, I want to do a feedback survey around X product. Or it can be, I want to do a concept study with, these different concepts, and I want to get the survey, and I want the survey to be made for me. So we can do all of those. It can also have templates, so you can reuse templates, documents across projects and teams. You can use auto detection of question settings. So we'll have, we have many different question types available that you can utilize. So if you want select one, select mini, text box, etc., all of that will be enabled and utilized by QuestionPro AI. So it's really powerful there. I also like to use this when I have the equivalent of like writer's block, but when I'm writing surveys. So if you need help with a question or just kind of wordsmithing things, and you want to just see what QuestionPro AI comes with, and then you can edit and enhance and build onto that. I use it for that. So I'll type in specifically what I want. It'll bring up a list of questions, and I can easily insert that into my survey. So that is with building a survey with QuestionPro AI here. Another way to do it is by uploading a Word document. So this is something that we have available in the platform, where you can upload a Word document. We want to get better at this so that you can really upload any Word document that has really a super advanced logic, where we can add page breaks, branching, validation automatically, and structure a survey based on document flow and context, and really help reduce that amount of time with manual survey building. So that's an esoteric goal, to be able to upload any document and have it just appear in QuestionPro. I'm confident we'll get there at some point. But what we really want to do is help reduce that amount of time. So what can we do just by taking a Word document, uploading that, and then getting that into the platform, and just help to speed up the time. So you can see here right now, this is a survey that we had inside of, we uploaded inside of our platform. You can see it came from a Word document. I uploaded it, and then it's looking up the questions, and I added the questions here seamlessly. So we can do that. Again, we're going to be continuing to build on that with advanced logic, more question types, and so forth. But you can see the direction of where we're going here and what we currently have. So again, this falls into that efficiency side of how can we make you more efficient as a researcher, and really getting the survey into QuestionPro. And then perhaps you just need to do some minor edits there. So that's how we're thinking about it in terms of building or building a survey with this upload document. And again, the document can be PDF, Word, Excel, plain text, and converting it to a survey. So we have this now. We're going to continue to build on this over the next few quarters, and see really where we can take it. Another one of my favorite question types is called livecast. So livecast is think about it like a selfie that someone takes as an open-ended question. So you can ask any question. It'll bring up the video recorder on their phone or on their desktop or laptop, as long as they need a webcam, and then it will record the video. And then after that, there's a number of things that we can do, from transcripts to using machine learning to get sentiment and categorical analysis as well. So these are all things that we have inside of the platform now, and it's a great way to take more of like a qualitative exercise and bring it into a quantitative exercise with the survey. So this is something that I know a lot of our clients are enjoying now, and a lot of prospects like it, because video, I think you get more rich open ends. You can also use it, frankly, for some validation to make sure that the people are who they say they are. And you don't necessarily have to ask this to everyone if you don't want to. You can ask it to every fourth person, fifth person, whatever you want in your survey design. You can do that, but it's definitely a great question type, and a good way to add some additional, I would say, add some additional like insights to your research by getting that video summary, or that video, and then getting the summaries as well. So we have AI generated summaries, so you can save hours of manual review and analysis. There's no fear of missing out on key insights now, because we have that. We have goal-based summaries, so a smart summary as well that breaks it down into the key points for the video. We also have theme detection and sentiment. So this will use contextual generations of themes and tags. As you can see here, sentiment analysis, score per theme, so you can see what percent of negative, positive, and so forth there. and then respondent level drill down, which I think is also important. So you can get the transcripts, the key takeaways, the summary for each video here. So this is something that is available inside of the platform now, and it's just another way to add some additional layers and really some more in-depth research to more of your quantitative surveys, or frankly, if you wanted to do qualitative exercise via survey, this is something that you can utilize as well. So the features and benefits of the livecast question type are its unmatched flexibility to collect research insights, real-time video feedback in surveys. I think is very important, especially depending on the survey, of course. But again, you can just get some richer answers to surveys using the video feedback question type. You have AI-driven emotion and sentiment analysis, visual reports of emotional responses, snapshot views for instant insights, scalable qualitative data collection, and seamless integration within survey workflows. So this is something that we're very proud of here at QuestionPro, and these are some of the features and benefits of the live cast question. Firstly, I want to talk about, before we move on, just some overall security and compliance that we have. I think in this day and age, it's very important that platforms that you're utilizing are fully compliant and have different certifications that apply to our area of business. So QuestionPro is built with data privacy, protection, anonymity, and compliance in every layer, meeting strict standards. So we're fully compliant, holding certifications such as General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR. We also have ISO 27001, and then CCPA, PCI, DSS Section 508, which is definitely important, and PHI, and also HIPAA compliant as well. So we've really thought about all of the different certifications and compliance that we need to get, and we're proud to say that we have all of these. So you can be rest assured that everything that we do is built with data privacy protection, anonymity, and meeting those strict standards as well. Excuse me. People often ask me, like, hey, what area or what vertical does QuestionPro focus in? And it's largely every vertical. It really depends on the clients that are coming to us that want to utilize our platform. So we're proud to say we have a number of different clients here in different verticals, and we're able to service them all, which I think is a big win for us, and frankly for our clients as well. So I just want to say, we're definitely trusted by leaders in the marketplace. Many people have switched from Qualtrics to QuestionPro, and we offer our clients a powerful platform to gain valuable insights quickly, feedback that's closely aligned with reality, and then surveys for both employees and applicants as well. So QuestionPro is not only a research platform from a true research sense, we also have a customer experience platform, and we have a employee experience as well. So we can really do it all there. I want to say thank you, and I know I want to answer some questions that have come in both beforehand and if there's any questions that have come in while I've been speaking for the past 18 to 20 minutes or so. What I want to do now is go to some of those questions. I'll go to some that we had submitted before I started the webinar, and some of those. One of the questions was, how does Edit V3 actually cut time, or excuse me, how does Edit V3 actually cut build time and errors? So this is a good question. I think there's a number of ways that the new survey platform has the new Edit survey platform can cut time and work on and really reduce the amount of time for people, and then also reduce the amount of time for errors. So really it comes down to the real-time co-editing and comments, reduce reduce the handoffs and the rework that is necessary. So less back and forth and less really just having it in different platforms, I think, and having it all in one spot really helps reduce that amount of time and the rework that needs to be done and the back and forth checking. We also have the published draft mode that keeps experiments, really behind the scenes until you're ready to publish it. So that helps out with a number of things. I'll revisit the version history. I think that's important to have that control, especially when you are having a number of people go into the survey and edit at the same time, you really need that version history. Or frankly, if you're not, let's say you're working on it and you want to go back to a previous version because you felt that was better and you wanted to start over, that's something you can do. So you can really restore those prior states or those prior surveys. And then finally, I think on this question, it's around faster, more stable for complex and large surveys. So that's how the new Edit Survey Builder can actually cut build time and errors as well. All right, let me see if there's any questions. Okay, there's a few here, but I'll go to another question that came in beforehand. What governance do teams get while collaborating? So this is a good question. It really made me think about this. And I think there's a few things with the role-based access for edit versus review. So within QuestionPro, we have different roles and you can assign different roles that give different access at different points or different areas within QuestionPro. So this really helps out with being able to govern and control when collaborating on what aspects and what parts of the platform and your environment that you want users to see. So this is very important. Also, inline comments with assignments as well. So that helps out with collaborating. I think that having a centralized project management in one place is good because otherwise you might get some of the comments in email, you might get it on messaging apps, you may get some in person or people coming, swinging by your desk asking those things. So these are things that I think you want to be able to have a centralized place where all the feedback is, and that's something that the new Edit Survey can do. You have built-in audit via the version history. Again, I think that helps with the governance as well. All right. So Chris H asks, where does AI make the biggest difference in survey building? So I think this is a great question, and it's something that I've spent a lot of time thinking about. And I think that when in survey building, where AI makes the biggest difference, I think comes down to really four main things. I think from getting it from like document to survey and uploading those docs to get auto drafted items and to being able to upload, get those docs into a survey, I think is a key component there. And just the fact that it auto detects the question types, will get it into the survey for you, I think is great. And the prompts as well, I think are a key component that you want to utilize, at least maybe to get the survey started or to get some ideation going for your surveys. Utilize AI as like the best assistant that you have, and I think that's really where it can help out. I think in addition, using the reusable templates to standardize quality and speed, we have those as well. And then also really just again taking it from not hours but minutes into a usable draft survey. So these are things where I think AI can make the biggest difference in survey building and are really ways that we're thinking about it. I'll just go on to say, since we're talking about AI, that there's a number of areas within the survey process, I'll call it, that AI is utilized. So we talked about some of the different ways that it can be utilized initially at the forefront. I think also like during data collection is another area where we're really thinking about AI and what can we do to really help out, and not only the research process, but just in terms of making the data more, I wouldn't say reliable. Yeah, making the data more reliable. That's the word I was looking for, because we can utilize different data quality checks and so forth that AI affords us to be able to do that. So we can check for gibberish, coherence, make sure that it's on topic with the survey, and I really identify these things throughout the holistic survey taking process. I also think that during the survey, we can do interesting things with question types that we previously wouldn't have been able to do without some of the new models and things that we're coming up with. So what I mean by this is, even taking a question, being able to drill down, asking via AI automated probing, just to get some deeper insights on why maybe they selected an answer, or even in an open end to get the automated probing and to be able to ask those follow-up questions that, frankly, when you're reading open ends, you wish you could have asked anyway. And even that helps out with an aspect of data quality, because you can check to see if respondents were engaged and giving the correct answers there. And then I think a final way that just in the whole holistic survey process that AI can help in your research is, of course, post data collection. So we have text AI, which will take a data set, any open-ended unstructured data, put it into different themes, put it into sentiment, and really help you to really start coding and code those responses. So that way it takes a lot of the manual coding effort out of it. So in addition to just getting insights from actual data in real time, so being able to click a button, say, hey, what are some main things from this chart or this data set? Those are all things that we have in the platform and we can help you out with. And I think just in general, taking it a step further. So it's not only a time management and time efficiency, it's also about being able to focus on the things that you want to focus on. So I know it's a long-winded answer to the question, but I wanted to make sure I touched on some of those different AI aspects that we have as well. So I think another question is, how do we bring qual into quant workflow without chaos, in my opinion? So that's a good question. Let me think about that. I think there are perhaps a few ways that we can do that. And I think we address that with Livecast, actually. So with Livecast, we can capture that video response inside of a survey. So we're bringing sort of the quant feature or functionality or question type, rather, into a qualitative, we're bringing that qualitative question type into the quantitative environment. So it doesn't really disrupt it too much. It just seems like it's part of the normal survey flow. And I think that's one of the ways that we can do it. And I also think that AI helps us here really to deliver those summaries that with the themes, the sentiment, and transcripts. So you don't have to spend a ton of time analyzing that qualitative functionality or feature that you brought in, and you utilize the AI-based summaries and themes will help out with a lot of that flow there. And then really, to share the why alongside the numbers and with a visual snapshot, I think just adds to, richer data set. And also in your analysis, as you're going through it, you can really get not only the quantitative piece, but you can also get the why and get some of those richer responses that qualitative research, tends to give us. So I think that's definitely important as well. And then I know we had another question come in here that I want to answer. And this is around, how do we handle data privacy and compliance at scale? So this is a great question. And I will say that, with AI comes a new set of certifications and compliance as well. So I'm happy to say that QuestionPro is on track to get their, to get our ISO 42001 certification. And that really helps out to formalize responsible AI governance and risk management. So if you're doing things with AI, you really need to have this, ISO 42001, at least in my, from my experience. This is something good to have. So something that we're on track to get that certification. So that is something, really how we help to handle compliance, especially with working with AI. Another one is, I mentioned the different certifications so that each one of those is important. This is like the GDPR, the CCPA, HIPAA, and so forth. And then I think another one is, we have SOC 2 compliance or certification on all of our data centers as well. So on our data centers, we're making sure that that data is secure. And then also we have a respondent anonymity program where if you need that additional layer of anonymity, we can enable that on a survey. And then I think another crucial aspect of it is global infrastructure and agreements to support regulated industries. So you saw from the list that I showed earlier, we work in many different industries, some of which are highly, highly regulated, and we're able to support that, which I think is a testament to how we handle data privacy and compliance as well. All right, so I think those were the questions that we had beforehand and some of the questions that people submitted. So I think with that, we can go ahead and wrap this webinar up. If you have questions or want to know more, feel free to reach out to me. I'm very active on LinkedIn, or you can shoot me an email at dan.fleetwood@questionpro.com. More than happy to answer any of your questions or even have a chat. So hopefully this webinar was helpful. And again, if you have any more needs or questions, feel free to reach out to us. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.